all right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Chattering Magpie is here to talk with you, continue our talk about the trailer in the real world. We just finished watching the premiere of my commentaries and on the trailer and some other stuff that I found, some production news. But I wanted to open the floor to bookworms to actually share with me what they thought and anything else that you guys want to share. Welcome, gang. I have here. Oh, Kadir. Where did everybody go? We had a little chat going on here on Discord. They just disappeared. Where did Yukihime go and all the other folks? Okay. You know what, Kadir? Just you and me for now. How are you, Kadir? You're still here? Then why is my. Okay, okay. Okay, technology situations. Okay. So it's a magpie thing. Here we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're alive, you guys. So welcome, JC Fergie. We have Kadir. We have Little Butterfly. We have Yukihime. How are you guys? Okay. Awesome. Thank you for joining us and giving up your precious break for us. But I hope you can have some lunch and snacks and whatnot while you chat with us. Oh, great. So I know the schedule is kind of a little bit off because time zones, so the usual suspects can't be here sometimes. So, but I'm just happy that you guys are here. So I wanted to just go back a little bit and talk about the trailer. I know a bunch of you were at the premiere, and I was reading your comments in the chat. Sorry I couldn't reply to everybody. So just kind of formulate those thoughts and let me know. We're going to talk about that. Meanwhile, let me just say hello to the chat on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube gang. Wow, look at all these people streaming in. Let's see. Tomcat says secretly watching the stream while at work. Don't tell my manager. We'll keep it quiet. We are very good at keeping secrets around here. I mean, we have to be. We are a sense of a bookworm followers, and we know that one wrong word or something leaks out and it's death. So we'll keep your secret. I know it's not death for you, but a reprimand would surely be terrible, terrible. Also, welcome to Red Tempest, who is here and Fuji petals floating in the river. Yes, Dragonair has woven our threads together swiftly. We also have 404 Ama says hello, hello. Red Tempest pointing out the fact that we're barely on time. Hey, I did my best to get us ready. So thank you for your 1 minute patience. All right, so Fuji Petals asks about Hannelore. So speaking of Hannelore, since you mentioned it, so in the premiere, I didn't go into specifics about the light novel and what's going on in case some rando happens to come across it, and I didn't want to spoil it for them. But feel free now to talk at length about events from part 3 and the whole. No, we're here. It's a safe space. You can talk about Hannelore. You can talk about web novel. Oh my gosh, it's no longer web novel. Hannelore, the light novel, anything you want. Okay. Um. All right. So let's see. Junie L. Young says they did a real flex with redoing Ajedo scenes in the trailer. You know what? That could be. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's also like a little bit of a flex, like, hey, like look at how we can do it better, or what do you think? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Anybody else? Oh no, we're talking about the like how like it was a real flex when they kind of reanimated the Agiado scenes. I when I watched it, I was like, wow, they're first of all, I was shocked. As I said, I was shooketh, very shooketh. I was like, who are these people? And I will say, I hated it at first. I was like, no. That was just like my instinct reaction. Huh?
Only hear Magpie.
Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear now? Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.
Can you guys hear us now?
Yes, I made a boo-boo here. Sorry. Okay, I think they can hear because I cranked up the volume. It was my fault. All right. Yes, they can hear.
Tempest says they can hear us now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, go ahead. We're talking about let's talk about the scenes that were animated, that were reanimated. So
Yeah.
I said that my first instinct was like, I don't like it, but that was just rather random. What about you guys? What do you think about those new scenes and what they could be used for as well?
Well, in regards to the old scenes like that they reanimated, I think it was a very smart idea because it bridges the mental connection between like the story and the upcoming story.
Mm-hmm.
And like the new art style, because that's also what I did to get into the light novel. Like instead of continuing where the light novel left after season 3, I started rereading like season 3, like from the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that really helped me get more into it. And the same thing, it's the same mindset with the new art style. It's just you just need to bridge that mental connection.
Yukihime, you had said something earlier. Do you care to also repeat it?
Yeah. Okay, so I was saying the same thing, that it would have been really weird if if those scenes are like flashbacks inside of the new episodes, and for them to be like in the middle of the episode, yes, I remember that, and then switch to the old style, like just the footage and like completely different art style, and like yeah, that would have been pretty funny, but not good.
And let's see, Fergie, you said something. It's just Fergie. How are you? Fergie's in the house, but he's silent. Yeah, I want to read a comment here by Fergie. It says, it's just redrawn flashbacks, so the art style is consistent. Yeah, and don't think too deeply about it. No, I will think deeply about it. Okay, so here's what I think, and I said it before. I want them to do like either an OVA or something just to tie us over or something, because it's going to be super weird for people who have never heard of this series and who are just gonna jump into it to be like, what is this about? So if they do like a little bit of like, not an entire episode just reworking everything, but something that will help. And I think that's gonna happen. I just don't know to what extent they'll do that recap.
I agree.
Butterfly.
Okay, I think that the animation style works better. It's kind of like when I was reading it, you have all these little details, but as you get further along in the story, you get more details, things get more colorful, and yeah, so it kind of works.
Yeah, so it's a metaphorical shifting of like the shifting of the art style fits with the shifting of the story. We're going more in depth. So by the time season 5, we're doing live action.
For real. Yeah. So I think live action would be a little bit of a of a stretch, Because imagine that.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
But I wouldn't be opposed to it if they did like a fantasy, like a CGI is doing amazing things nowadays, so I wouldn't be opposed to it as long as Ferdinand looks okay and handsome. I don't mind. That's my threshold, you guys. I will take anything as long as they make sure that they make Ferdinand look good. Let's see. Yes, a recap primer, Fergie, and also Red Tempest asks, no. Truroshmak asked, did Angelica start doing her famous pose in part 3 or part 4? I think it was part 3, right? When they started the training for Angelica.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that was when we got to know that she has a vast and wonderful interior of a mind, but it's very empty inside.
It's spacious.
Very spacious. Let's see. So, one of the things that I also wanted to share with you guys is I talked about the TO Books magazine situation in the premiere. I don't know if you guys want to see it or want me to share it, but we can talk about that too. I think that it's worth talking about the future also of this series. So what do you guys say we jump into that one? Because I have the thing. I found this in J Novel Club. No, not J Novel Club. J Novel Updates forums. I found it like a month ago or something like that. I found it a long time ago, you guys, and I wanted to share it with people, but I was like, I can't substantiate these claims. I don't know if they are actually true or not, because I didn't actually see the original Japanese, so that's why I didn't mention it at all, either on Twitter or on here. But I put the link on the previous video. It's in J Novel forum update, something like that. So check it out. I'm showing it here on the live. Basically, it says that there are going to be multiple. Because seasons 1 and 3 exceeded the expectations in driving book sales and generating revenue. Well, that's always going to be a way to, if they make money, they will do more stuff so that they can make more money, right? But one of the things that I really wanted to point out was the fact that they said that they're going to be doing, with more budget, they plan another series. So the number of episodes per season is expected to increase compared to previous seasons. Do you guys think that they have part 4 already planned out? Or like they have plans to reach part 4? I don't know. It just could just be me being the Lulu, but I think they're gonna go to plan 4. How do you guys think this might look like?
Maybe they are already considering it and like what number of episodes it would take and stuff like that, but probably nothing more than that. I mean, anything more than that, they would need to get paid, and until the season is announced, then they're probably not going to get paid for it.
All right, so it's like a tentative plans situation.
Yeah. Also, they probably need to like make this season so that it doesn't have like a clear ending, like like they need to set up all the things that will happen in future seasons, in this season, like because it's a continuous story, so like they need to put all the foreshadowing and stuff. So in this way, I feel like they will do. I hope they will do it justice so that they can plant the seeds of what is to come.
What do you guys think? Also, I'm also having hope because they, like in the Animex panel, they said a YTV executive said they want to make this in the next Harry Potter, the Japanese Harry Potter. So I don't know. Whenever I think of Harry Potter, it's like magic school, right?
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Just with books, right? So I think that there is a plan for that for sure. Fergie, I see you on the chat, but I wish you could join us and talk because I'm trying to keep my eye out on the chat and listen and then move things around. So let me know if you want to speak, Fergie, and everybody else, also Butterfly and Kadir, everybody. YTV new to leading. I don't know about YTV new to leading the PR, but I think because it's YTV is the station that's going to be broadcasting it for this season, the Wit Studio. So they are kind of new to leading it, but I'm sure they already are being really hopeful and optimistic about it. Again, they gave Bookworm a primetime slot. So I don't know, that just like they had to win that slot. Like you can't just say like, here, I'll give you all this money and you can just give me that slot. No, you have to earn it in a way. Like you kind of have to bid it. So at least that's how stations here in America go. So you can't just be like, I got like this gajillion dollars. Like, yeah, it works like that. But who has gajillion dollars to bribe a company into giving them primetime slots? So, yeah. All right. So back before, somebody asked me about what do I think of Wit Studios Ferdinand. This is Fandilic. I already said my thoughts about Wit Studios Ferdinand. I was a little taken aback again, but on the whole, I am very pleased. What about you guys? What do you think of Ferdinand, the new Ferdinand design? I realize I'm not.
I'm glad how someone managed to keep the same vibe with a different art style.
Yeah.
So he is still as handsome and dreamy as ever, as delightful to the eyes and glorious to the soul.
Yeah. You aren't biased at all, I see, as usual. You are the most objective person ever.
I am very objective when it comes to Ferdinand.
That's right, his nose should be bigger. I didn't pay enough attention, but like I really liked the design that he had like a strong nose. So like I'm looking it up. I need to see how his nose is.
I think I have a few screenshots somewhere I can share. I don't know if it'll break my stream, but let me see. So there's the Ferdinand, there's the general redesigns. I said something about the redesigns. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys agree with what I said, or what are your takes on the new character designs? It's not just the artwork itself, but like did anything strike you want to share about those things?
I really like Lutz's new design.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more shiny cotton swab, right? Ask Magpie, says for Tempest. She should have plenty of Ferdinand images. I do. I just don't know how to put them without messing up the OBS situation here. JC Fergie says heresy. Says no, it's not heresy. It actually is. Compared to the other one, the Ajedo, he does have a big nose. I think that everybody's features, like nose, is a little bit more pronounced, or it feels more pronounced.
Not really. Most of the female characters still have just like a tiny dot or like a button nose kind of situation. But yes, in the men it's a little more diversity.
Yeah. So in the males, we had Gunther, which we couldn't really appreciate it really, but we had Karsted. We also saw nose situation. I saw more of like a gaunt face situation. Like he has cheekbones, like very pronounced, like lines on the side. I'm like, yo, is he okay? Is he skinny and wasting away? But he also had a nose situation, and Benno, he also had a nose situation. So I guess it's the males that have a nose situation.
Yes.
I didn't talk about Sylvester because it was so quick, right? Fergie, Benno's. That's a good one.
Should have played the Discord soundboard of that.
I know, but I can't access all the soundboards because I have so many screens open right now. Let's see. It's... I don't even know. Alright, so, Sylvester, what did you guys think of Sylvester? Nobody talks about Sylvester. I know we're kind of like angry at him, or we're not as big fans. Some people are not big fans of Sylvester, and I get why. But nobody in social media or in anywhere that I saw said anything about Sylvester. So I want to know, what do you guys think?
The animation's definitely an upgrade for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They definitely shifted the art style to be more compatible with a high fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Fandilic.
Okay, I
What was that?
okay, I managed to open up. I'm trying on my phone, so like I'm also struggling with technology. In case you. Okay, so like yeah, I'm seeing Ferdinand, and yeah, they changed it. It's a weirder, pointier shape of the nose, and I feel like his like chin is also a lot more. I don't know, like pointy, I guess.
Pointy things.
I don't know. Yeah, he does look a lot younger. I saw someone in the chat saying this, and yeah, he should look older by all the trouble he's carrying on his back.
Poor Birdie. Red Tempest brings up, will we see our resident guard dog Eckhart in this first episode? I hope so. I believe that they did Eckhart dirty in the OVA. Like, if I had not read all the light novels and known what a absolute nightmare he could be when unleashed into the world, like not a nightmare but a menace. Like, he is a murder doggo. He will murder without any qualm for the sake of his master. If I hadn't known that, I would have seen, like, who is this wimp? Like, I hope they do full justice to Eckhart, because there are some really nice light novel illustrations of Eckhart, and he looks anything but wimpy.
We know you wrote an entire fic about him. It's okay.
Oh,
we
yes.
know.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, like, without related to the fic. I'm looking forward to that design. I'm looking forward to seeing Eustace again. This time, or Eustachius.
No, we're not doing Eustachius. Also, I opened the design for Sylvester, and my God, they did him right. Like, he is adorable. Love him. Also, I actually like Sylvester. I didn't get to say it, but like, I actually like Sylvester. I have my beef with him, of course, but like, I like his type.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can play on, at least not for you guys, but for the YouTube peeps, so I can kind of scrub through it.
Okay,
here's hoping.
I am abandoning you guys. I'll have to go back to work. It's my break is over.
Don't go. Thanks for joining us, Yukihime. Right. So I don't know if I can play it here. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can, but I wish I could. I saved a nice version of the trailer. It's high quality because all of the other ones were really bad quality, the ones I could find. So let's see. Can we open it here? Where is Sideburn? No. Red Tempest. That's a strike one for you. Fandelic says, "Isn't Murderous Eckhart kind of spoilery?" So it is kind of spoilery, but I made the disclaimer going in that we are basically just. I'm assuming that everybody here has followed us with the light novels, chit chats, and has read all the source material. So if you don't want to be too spoiled, just be aware that we may say some things, just not everything, but we may say some things that are a little spoilery, but it won't mess up your enjoyment of this. I promise you. After watching the first 2 seasons of the anime, I spoiled myself silly about the end. And I still had a wonderful time reading the rest of the series. I was like, wow, that's sick and amazing. So you'll be fine.
Also, I don't think this really counts as a spoiler because it's such lacking in context. It doesn't give you any information to think off of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we'll keep that in mind. I just can't promise that we won't be spoilery. Is Bonifacio, the magic enhancement specialist, the dangerous but well entertaining one? Yeah. So, what do you guys think of Bonifacius? Do you think we'll get to see a lot of him in this season? Like, thinking about the light novel, when exactly does she actually start meeting Bonifacius? And what do you guys think?
Doesn't Rosamine get as far as I remember the light novel, Rosamine, she gets introduced to what's his name's family, and then gets immediately introduced to Sylvester's family right after the introduction there is over. Season. I really hope they give him a very chaotic voice actor.
I think if they haven't done a CD, I'm pretty sure the CDs are going to dictate who voices what. The Japanese CDs, so it's going to be that whoever is already reading him. And I'm pretty sure Bonifacius has already been featured in at least one of the CDs. Red Tempest says Bonifacius will be in the background until the end of part 3. Yeah, he doesn't even. Yeah, I don't think he even speaks to her during the baptism, or because she's just lining up, and then I want to say Wilbur. Wilfried spirits her away to play, right?
And then that happens. Yeah. God, I love every time I reread a sentence of a bookworm. I always love that part.
Yeah. And you know how they say she was bloodied and covered and she was so wounded and bloodied, and even in the manga when they show after that incident, I'm like, how in the world did that little kid manage to drag her around enough so that she would need healing?
I think it's because of any injury on a small child feels much more significant than on a normal person.
I guess.
When I was little and I just got a slight cut on my forehead, all my family was freaking out about it. It's Jesus Christ, it was just a small cut.
Yeah, I just wonder, they just show her she's been run over a truck or something like that. I don't understand. Yeah. She does faint, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just she got her skin cut up a bit, but it's just they're acting like she just got out of a Saw movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always picture it as Wilfred literally dragging an unconscious body face first across a carpeted floor.
For a mile?
Well, it's carpeted, so it shouldn't cause that much injuries.
Dude, you ever get a really bad rug burn?
Yeah, but they were acting like there was gore.
Yes, and there probably was gore. You ever see a pale white child who eventually gets a burn, eventually to this point that they're bleeding? Maybe not to that extent, I don't know, but I've done some really bad stuff on asphalt, skateboarding, and I've caused bleeding just from a simple wound.
That is so different and much more severe.
Well,
yeah, I know, no, but we're picturing her as the most delicate, like bull in a china shop sort of situation where Wilfried is the bull and mine is the china shop, you know?
I can imagine that he was like, this stupid dead weight, I just keep pulling her. She's gone strangely silent, but I'm gonna still continue to pull her along. Maybe that's what happened. So
Child does that. How does that child have to realize that he's not? That he's pulling like dead weight, literally.
It's Wilfried.
True.
His
Wilfried is
ignorance knows no bounds.
That explains it, right? Yeah, okay, I see. My mind has been put to rest. Yes, it makes sense. So I want to kind of go a little bit through, let's say, the best case scenario, you guys. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was recording, I was like, yes, the best case scenario is 48 episodes to cover part 3. And I thought about it, I was like, no, that's too good to be true. So I redacted and I re-recorded. Instead, I said it'll be 2 cores and then 1 core, so 36 episodes for 5 volumes. And I thought to myself, that is reasonable enough. I don't know if we can expect 48 or 36 or whatever. But I am interested in seeing where we can kind of put the difference, like where would one season end, or how many episodes would cover each, how many chapters per episode. So I said in my rough calculation, we have 7 episodes per volume if we have a 35 episode situation, or 36 episode situation. So let's see. I'm trying to see. The end.
I'm calling it now. They end in winter.
They end in winter. Let me see which one's that one. My winter preparation starting.
Because they have so much stuff to go. No, like the winter ingredient. Because that's such a wonderful place to end on a season finale where they have some huge kaiju fight bullshit, you know? And then you can start the next season having the nice kind of, spring, whatever, you know, and ease us back into it because, you know, we have the finale of our failure from previous. And, yeah, that would set up a nice crescendo to be that end of season. So, you know.
So that would be 2 and maybe like 2 1/3 of a volume, because the Winter Lord happens in part 3, volume 3. So that means that we've already covered. We failed the autumn one, right? Because that's when that happens. So let's see, and
because I'm viewing the season in 3 chunks, if I view it that way, because we need setup for the noble world, and then setup for just magic and fighting and all the stuff that goes involved with our failure, and then we can finish off with a victory and a good solid win. And then you flip that cycle again for the next one, season 5, and, you know, you go spring, summer, fall again, you know, but then you quickly shove in winter because they're going to do that.
Oh,
and, you know,
yeah, that biggie big.
we got to leave on a cliffhanger now.
Yeah, that cliffhanger. We won't spoil it, but it's that cliffhanger. Every light novel reader here knows what happens at the end of part 3, volume 5. You're like, oh, okay, so that's where we're going.
And if you're not and you're here anyway, just think Mushoku Tensei, and, you know, it's just one of them words that make you suffer.
What do they call them? Turnarounds?
Yeah,
turning points, yes. Yeah, it's basically like that. I'm not well versed, but I know enough to understand. Yes, it's that kind of big. So in every sense of a bookworm, again, for those of you who are new, we have every part ends with something pretty major taking place. So the end of part 3
from
is
what we've
pretty
seen, though,
intense.
It's not always the worst. It's like just an ascendance, you know. That's the thing. It's like we go from one thing to the next. Part 1 was just okay, we're poor peasant. Part 2 is, hey, look, I'm a merchant, whatever, and now we're doing priest stuff. And now part 3 is, hey, look, I'm a noble. You know, we're going up. What's part 4? I don't know. What's part 5? I don't know. Is there a part 6? Find out.
Yes. We'll talk. That's for a different chit chat. But yeah, understandably. So if we say that it ends at winter, which I actually do feel that it might also end in winter, and, you know, kind of preparing for the spring, because that would also mean that we have Hasi and the punishment that happens after winter. So, how far in depth do you guys think they'll take Has, the whole Has arc? Do you think they'll go hard into it?
I could see them skipping it.
Oh.
I could see them skipping most of it.
Oh.
As much as I do not want them to, me personally, because what it brings to the story, I could see them from a rating kind of viewing, just being like, do we really need this in our story? We just want to see the magic pew-pews and fight the monsters, and yay.
So, yeah. So, another thing that I'm afraid of, which actually validates your point, is that because this is a primetime slot, it's in the afternoon, and they want... Kazuki Sensei says, I want all the family to watch it. Children, parents, adults, everybody. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going to go that route. So I also think they will not go into the punishment so much. And also, all of that disgusting business that is going on with regards to, the sex trafficking. So, yeah.
I'm not going to say they're not going to do it, but they're going to sanitize it in the same way that they sanitize the basement in season 2. It's just like, yeah, it's awful, but watched and then read what we read and compare the two, and you will admit it was sanitized.
I mean, that stuff was even in the light novel, it was just horror through implications, not really just overtly saying or showing.
That's enough, though.
George Max says, no way, watching people turn to ash and blow away is important. I don't know. In my rereads, I skip that part because...
Wait, when did Thanos get introduced to this show?
Nobody has snapped any fingers here. All right, so it is important, as Stone Titan says. I hope that has these stories included, as it's a reality check. I think it'll happen, but just not into as much detail. There are several instances that are important here in the Has. So we have the creation of the temple, which has a lot of magic, beauty and stuff like that, which they of course will lean heavily into. So they can't altogether skip it. And there's also it's just kind of like Rosamine's reality check about what it means to be a noble and the repercussions of just hastily made decisions. So she does need that a little bit. Oh, humble hubris, I'm scared of spoilers. I tell you, it's okay, don't worry, we promise you'll be fine. So suffice it to say that being a noble isn't just something like, oh, I put on pretty clothes. Rosamine has to learn through kind of like a sandbox, right? You kind of have a sandbox to play in and move things around without breaking your computer or whatever it is. So that's what Rosamine has in Has. So it's kind of gets a little bit out of hand, but it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, it's a little tutorial zone for learning to be a noble, and you can make some mistakes, and it's fine. Commoner lives are, well, they're renewable.
It's a terrible
disposable.
Yeah, disposable. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's awful to think that way.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, I'm glad that they put all through the effort of giving Rosamine a safe space to experiment with, and they gave the entire experimentation.
Yeah, you kind of cut off a little bit, so I don't know if the cable of your mic is okay. Just check it out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you hear me?
Yes, I did. It was just cut off a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Rereading the end of part 3 without getting spoiled had me on the edge of my seat reading. Why would you do that? Just read the whole thing. Tomcat, have you even read... You read the light novel. I saw you in several of these chit chats. I think. Or was it the other ones? All right. So for the most part, I think we all agree. I'm going through the chat, and everybody seems to agree it's necessary, and we will have it. We don't know to what extent they'll put the gory stuff in there. I see Lessie, you guys. Lessie, that is in part 3, volume 1. Part 3, Volume 1. And I'm trying to see where it is. Does it happen in Part 2, Volume? How to make...
I'm just wondering how much stuff we're gonna skip.
Yeah.
Like, how much of the restaurant are we gonna get? We never got much of the Italian restaurant at all.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to at least go there once, so we're gonna hopefully get to see the interior decor. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Mhm.
You know,
I do remember they kind of did like 10-second in season 3. They did like, oh, and then we went to see the finalized stuff in the Italian restaurant, and that was it. That was all we were given of the Italian restaurant. Just somebody attaching.
To be fair,
a door.
though, even in the manga, that was an additional bonus chapter at the end of a volume. Just be like, okay, and here's the thing that we did at that one time because we didn't want to mess with the pace of everything else. You know. So.
Yeah, it really feels like the whole shop, like Italian shop genre, just feels like the easiest part of the story to cut out, unfortunately.
And then there was food.
The one thing I do like about the Italian restaurant is how they have a little bidding war between Sylvester Karsten and Ferdinand. That is always cute. That will never fail to be cute. Yeah, I mean, there's
and it's one of the only times Ferdinand is secretly proud of Rosamine.
There's been other times, but this is definitely something that he's like, you know,
the first time actually.
flexing this child that I have brought up, I guess. Okay, so here's other stuff. We have the working towards the wax stencils. We know the reason why she's so adamant about the wax stencils. She's so upset. But how far into Zach and Johan do you think we'll get into actually? Because before it was just Johan is like, here's my Gutenberg, he's great, and he did this, voila. I feel like they might do the same here. But what are your thoughts?
5-minute cutaway in an episode, and we'll see him again at the end of the season.
So, for those of you who haven't read the light novel, one of the nice things about reading it is that in the anime it just pops into life, whereas in the light novel there's thoughts about it, and it's not like, oh, this is so boring. She actually goes into like, okay, these are the resources I have, this is the technology I have on hand, and these are the people that I have and who's like I'm gonna rely on. And it's really nice how she sees like everything, like we see everything come together, from the printing press, like printing out illustrations, because she gets way better at it, and selling merch, doing all these amazing things. So yeah, don't skip out on the light novels.
I also want to say, 'cause you missed a wonderful point I love, is that we learn in the light novels that mine is a very unreliable narrator, and at the end of each volume we get chapters from other characters' perspectives, and through them we get to learn how much she is an unreliable narrator. You know, and through them, yes, we get to learn more about the world and learn about their own little days and lives and stuff. But, you know, because mine, as in Urano, is not a native inhabitant of this world, she makes so many false assumptions that we don't realize, and somehow we kind of adapt in our watching. Like, it doesn't come through so much through the anime, but I think, like, because we're reading it, and that, like, we accept what we see at face value so much in a text-based media. But, you know, there is a little bit of that bleed through. And yeah, so that's just another reason to highly recommend checking out the light novels.
Yeah, unreliable narrators. It's something you only ever see in a written format, and every time it gets adapted to a different format, it's like,
Yeah.
And like, if you're not familiar, because like it might just reading it feel like that's a negative thing, but no, I love the concept of an unreliable narrator because it makes us take on these things, and then it allows us to subvert it in a way that it feels like a retcon, but no, she was just wrong this entire time, and now the truth comes out, you know.
And with the side chapters, it removes any downsides this writing trope could have.
Yeah, because we're not waiting long for that information. We're almost like laughing at her being wrong sometimes. Just like, no, you fool. You absolute buffoon.
Aww.
And And eventually you tell like what is Rosamine being you even get to the side chapters.
Yeah. And we get quite a bit, like, there are some volumes that we get a lot of these side stories. I think in the first volume we got a Lutz point of view, a Cornelius point of view, yes, and then the Hugo point of view. So we get very interesting point of views. I hope that we get some Hartmut point of view, because we know Hartmut, his story doesn't come in until like it didn't publish until Short Stories collection. So I really hope that they will incorporate that within the narrative of the anime. I would love to see at least a sneak peek at this flaming red flag. I love him so much.
Well, that's what we got with the OVAs.
Oh,
Hmm?
the OVAs, right?
What do you think?
Yeah, because we had 2 of those side stories covered in the last OVAs, you know. So if they were to continue doing side stories, that's the best media for it. It's just like, here's an in-between season slot in.
You know what would be cool? If they did an OVA on in Hartmut's POV. He's like he follows her. He's never able to like meet her, but he follows her trajectory from the outside before he's even her retainer. So he'd be like, yes, and she's also became like, she hunted this thing and she did this thing, and then I heard from. So he's kind of piecing together things. I would love that. That would be really nice. Of course, it's also, not necessary because we have that short story. So it could just be that short story. That's fine.
Your story be like in between like season OVAs.
You cut off a little bit. Yeah.
I was gonna say like what like stories would make for a good like in between season OVA?
Well, there's obvious that Wilfried chapter.
Also the Cornelius chapter when he learns about her. I think Cornelius chapter is also pretty good for an OVA.
I think the ones that heavily center Rosamine like into things should just be part of the main season.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think they will incorporate the Cornelius as part of the narrative, because in the anime they don't just feature scenes where Rosamine is present and talking. They also they cut off to like another scene and the other characters are talking about Rosamine or about whatever. So I think it'll happen.
To be fair, though, those scenes are usually the prologue, epilogue scenes that at least help enforce the narrative. They're not like inherently side stories in that regard, but they do serve the same purpose,
Yeah.
I just thought of another one though. When they go to that village for paper with Lutz, I think that'd be a cool side story.
Oh yes, that would be a good one. If we're talking about part 3, volume 2, we also have, and that's the one with the winter, I think. Oh no, that was part 1. For part 3, volume 2, the side stories are the Brigitte. That's an epilogue. Winters, I think that's. Anyway, forget about the Brigitte. I'm thinking about the engagement. Wilfried's Day as a hype. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this arc, you guys.
See, that's the one. That's the Wilfried chapter. Isn't
Yes.
Like I was thinking, if it's not that one, I'd take anything from downtown. But like, no, that's the first thing that came to my mind. It's the Wilfried chapter.
Yes.
Oh my god, they
Wilfried.
better exaggerate and do such animation works on Ferdinand's evil face.
I want him to freeze his heart and cast him into the Valley of Despair, please. And to crush Lamprecht.
Oh god,
that was so
Ferdinand finally unleashing himself. Yes.
with permission and sanction of the Archduke himself.
The entire Archduke family, Rosamine, Sylvester, Florentia.
He can now. It's like, look, you little booger. Your grandmother did this to me, and I am going to do this to you. And
Okay,
actually,
no,
wait,
you
wait,
just
wait,
you
actually, no.
unleashed a bottle there. You said the word grandmother, and that made me think I would love an OVA based on her because we don't get to see anything
Oh.
of her until the end of the show. So even just a flashback from Ferdinand's perspective, anything, just let me see her in her disgusting young face, please.
Oh god, and her throwing out abusive lines.
No, she does not deserve any screen time. She does not. I don't want the animators to waste any time that could have been spent on drawing a more beautiful Ferdinand to draw that hag. So there we differ.
Maxine, of course it'll be more Ferdinand.
There's already a character that is her young face in the series. Do we need to see more of that?
Ugh, Detland.
I
Yeah.
suppose you're right, but probably not for a while. I want like medium old.
All right, so as you guys can hear, we have wish lists of things that we want to see. I see in the chat, I see Heartmut. And by the way, Fandilix says, Magpie, I hope you get monetized for this video because I'm getting a bunch of ads. I'm sorry, I did not set it to aggressive. I just set it to like the basic lower kind of situation. But if you are getting ads and you're watching them, thank you for your support. Speaking of support, I guess might as well put the plug in here. Otherwise, people, Patrick will give me grief for not plugging in this channel. If you want to join us for the next couple of chit chats that we have, read alongs, hit that join button and join this channel at the noble tier, and you get access to the Discord server. We are a nice little community. We have fun, we play games, we watch movies, we chat, we read together. So join us, or you could also just support by liking and sharing. Thank you for your support. All right. That said, I see you guys are talking about fanfics. Yes, go to fanfics. They're an archive on their own. I've fallen behind a lot of fanfics, but there's some really good ones out there. Let's see. Fandelic also says, I do wonder how much the Lord of Evil will be portrayed in the anime. I am hoping that they will put a lot of this Lord of Evil. There's a saying in Spanish, me asusta, pero me gusta. It scares me, but I like it. Yeah, I want to see that, please, and thank you. Because it's part of his appeal. He's not just some dandy. He's kind of like really dangerous.
He's Kurada.
Yes, he's that, and we love him for that. Red Tempest says, do you think Kazuki-sensei will release any extra chapters due to the anime? You know what? I think that she could say, like, in commemoration to this, we will release never before or exclusive thing. Either just, you know, whenever, like, as the data pushes, or when they do like Blu-rays. Blu-rays. I think they will have those for extra DVD. Yeah. Fergie says you have it right there. See, do you think anything else? Magpie automatically assumes everyone's subscribed. Okay, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and then hit the join button. There. Thank you for letting me know that I am too optimistic. I'm just wondering, if you're here and you're not subscribed, why are you even here for? And if you have listened to close to an hour of us rambling on and you're not subscribed, I would like to know why. What keeps you in here? Actually, don't tell me.
Give them the rank of Wolverine.
Let's see. So another little tidbit is if you hit the join button and join at the True Meal tier, you get access to the little emotes. So notice Red Tempest, he's sharing those with all of us. And you also get a little diamond that shows how long you have been supporting this channel. So, all right. I think that covers it. So this talk is assuming we're just talking about the first content in the first 3 volumes of part 3. We're not even going to touch upon the second half of part 3 because that would be too spoilery, and we don't know if they'll be able to get to it. But if we learn that there's an extra arc, then for sure we'll do another, and we'll talk about the events in that one. But for now, we're just kind of sticking to the first 2.5 volumes.
Wait till next year. There'll be a new trailer that we can analyze and go over with a fine-tooth comb and be like, okay, so this is from this chapter and this is from this chapter, so we got roughly this time span and yada yada.
If I recall correctly,
Mostly the
sorry,
style.
what? Go ahead.
I said this new trailer was just to introduce the new art style and to remind people that it is coming out.
Yes. So if I do remember, if I recall correctly, we did have season 3 promos going in, because I remember I did like a little, I did like a talk, a chit chat. I think my very first chit chat kind of situation was talking about the promo, and then there was a trailer analysis. So yeah, let's see, the promo came out. I did that video, hold on a second. That video I did in February 1, 2022. So that was one of the very first kind of shots, like sneak peeks, like right now. That was a promo. That was in February. And then I got a trailer analysis, and I did that in March. So, whoa. So like a month later? Oh, but then we got the release in June. So March, April, yeah. So I think early next year we'll get a proper trailer. So yeah. Let's see. No.
And it's like I've had multiple times where like an anime trailer basically comes out, like the release date is only revealed like a week or two before like the release. So who knows? Maybe we might get blindsided like that.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna do my best. Like, I have my phone. I don't have notifications turned on anything, except on X, and it's only for bookworm news. And sometimes I get notifications from Reddit also for bookworm news. And then there's somebody on the Spanish Facebook. Was it English? Well, the Facebook groups are also, there's somebody who is really, really good on it. They're super on top of all of bookworm news. So I always keep an eye out on every single source possible for any news. So if you want news, just follow me on my X or here, and I'll be sure to let you guys know. Mostly the X. That's where I do most stuff right now. Like every time there's a manga update, I will let you guys know. Yeah. Oh yes, you guys are talking about the chit chats. Yeah. So we used to read them live, the books, just leave them for 24 hours and then take them down so we wouldn't get caught. But then we did get caught, and I was reprimanded by J Novel, so I had to take those down, unfortunately. But we still do read-alongs, but it's just other books, and it's copyright-free stuff. And it's on the Chattering Magpie Reads. You'll find the link in my channel. It's right in the bottom. It's basically a little magpie with a book. We're reading right now The Count of Monte Cristo. All right. Fuji Petals Floating in the River says, how do I join the Jinshi and Wilfried hate clubs? You can form a club.
You exist and have a brain.
Yes. I'm glad somebody agrees here. There is a little corner in my server devoted to pure love, and then one devoted to pure rage. The one devoted to pure love and beauty and kindness and goodness is the Ferdinand Shrine. And then the one devoted to hate are the hate mobs. We have a Wilfried hate mob, a Detlin hate mob, and my own exclusive Jinshi hate mob, which is not viewable to anybody, but anytime I feel like throwing a dart in his face, metaphorically speaking, I go there and I hate him. Jinshi from Apothecary Diaries, if you guys didn't know. Though I may also do that for... I just thought about Arno, you guys. I really thought it interesting that in the season 3, they would zoom in on Arno and show like what a little rat he was. I wonder if we'll get any follow-up on that, because he'll just mysteriously disappear.
if it hasn't been addressed already, they'll probably just be like, "Oh, Ferdinand will say the line, and then time will pass, and then she'll get explained what the line is out of context, and it's up to us as viewers to remember that."
Yeah, that's
I feel
basically
like
what
stuff
happened.
like that-
to us.
I feel like stuff like that only works in written form, not really anime form.
Fine. I would like at least for Ferdinand to be like, Arno, we have to talk. And then like a heavy pause and then black out the screen. And that's it. I would be happy with that. But I guess...
They'll probably do explanations by shoving in flashbacks in the middle of it.
Mhm.
Alternatively, we get a cutaway chibi scene where she realizes it in the most disturbing yet cute manner possible.
Ooh. Speaking of chibi scenes, I am hoping that they retain the chibi scenes in some way or form. I think they're delightful, and they also did a really good job at explaining some of the world building. Like if you remember when Ferdinand gave her the bedding, he explained what it meant. And we're like, oh really? Like it was actual like world building information that we learn in the light novel.
Well, yeah, but that was the
chibi.
chibi scene at the end of the episode, kind of like as
Oh.
an end cap,
Mhm.
Out of context one specifically.
Talk about advanced foreshadowing.
Yeah, but also like I guess the ones I'm more referring to are just her inner monologue that at least kind of helped in a visual media depict her false narrative sense. She's like an unreliable narrator. This is what I believe. Here's my inner thoughts on it. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, that's what I don't. Ah, God, that's the thing I hate most about like animes that are adapted from novels is that they always cut out the internal monologues. But that's the reason why this show is so good, because they actually keep in some of the inner monologues.
For Rosamine, her inner monologue is so important because of all the crazy shenanigans she does. To us, it makes sense, like because we read her inner monologue, we're like, yeah, okay, so it kind of makes sense, like her train of thought, like, yeah, what's wrong with that? I think it's well thought out. I think it's a logical thing to do. And then we realize that it's not the noble thing to do. It just doesn't work like that. Let's see. Why are you bringing up Gervasio and Valomarine, Fuji Petals? No, not now. Or Jenny.
I think
Oh,
bye everybody.
oh, you taking off? Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, bye.
I suppose we'll almost be done, I guess. Fine. It's been almost an hour. It's been an hour. I'm just having so much fun, you guys. Let's continue a little longer and then we'll see. Where was I? Yeah. Point of view character, internal monologue. I think that I like how she narrates some of the stuff to also speed things along. They did that a lot. She did like, and then I talked to this, so I could do this, and then I have, behold, a diptych or whatever. So I think they might do that to kind of gloss over like little details about things. Because if you think about it, like one of the things that I got really impatient with, and I'm sorry if this is not a popular take, it's a crappy take, but during season 3, I was cringing inside at all of the time wasted on the creation of the colored ink. I was like, hurry up along! Like at this rate, we'll never get to all of the side stories and the epilogue. So,
I understood that one though,
Yeah.
because it was introducing us to foreshadowing, and they viewed that foreshadowing important.
Yeah. And it was also a teaser for the magic system.
Well, no, that's what I mean.
I guess. But I wonder if they're really going to go into it, like talking about the elements of ingredients and stuff like that. I wonder just how much
Eventually.
in detail they're going to go into it. Like,
God, that would be
Well, they
like
will.
season 4 or
Ferdinand's
5
gonna stop
material.
and he's gonna explain it. Sorry.
I think if they don't rearrange the story order, it would probably be like season 4 or season 5 material.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
wait,
we're gonna get some
season 4 is upcoming. I mean, season 5 or 6.
Yeah, like we're already coming up onto the scavenger hunt, so we're gonna get at least a proper explanation about elements and all them sort of stuffs. You know, we're gonna get some brewing done. You know, it's like things will be happening. We will get knowledge.
Yeah, I think they'll have to drip feed it, you know, so that the casual enjoyers will be able to understand it though. I don't know to what extent they'll go into depth with the whole magic system, which is, it'd be a shame if they didn't go into it because it's so unique. Or, well, in my limited experience, excuse me, I haven't watched many isekais and magic fantasies, but it feels like it's very unique. In my general reading of fantasy novels, not just, you know, light novels, but general fantasy, I've never really met or seen a magic system like this one. It's very neat.
It is, but it isn't. Like, base principles I've seen in other things, but they do a lot of things that are unique to itself. So, you know, a bit of both.
By the way, Patrick is in the chat. Welcome, Patrick. Says, I'd have loved to join this conversation, but some people have to work. Well, we will see you in the read-along at 1 o'clock, or 1 o'clock my time, so don't worry, it's okay. We'll let you talk and share whatever you need before and after that talk. So happy to see you, and thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day at work. No, you guys, we will not stretch this chit chat to 4 or 5 hours as much as we want to. As much fun as we're having.
Although we definitely have other sessions that lasted that long.
We have. I think we had one that was like 5 hours, 5.5 hours. We did a break in between for, you know, snack, water, and potty, but we have done that. All right, so speaking of chibis, we'll need a chibi Elvira to 30 fangirl. Oh my gosh, yes, the Harshfield concert. Okay, what do you guys think they're gonna do for that? Like, I want your thoughts on how they'll execute that.
They better make that a whole episode.
Yes.
No, you're gonna get like a third of an episode at most.
Oh no.
Maybe half.
Half.
I'll be generous. I'll give you half an episode.
I'll settle for half. I don't want, like, to be honest. Okay, here's another not popular take, but I stand by it. I am not a big fan of Sho Hayami singing. I'm not I don't know, like la 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 la. It just doesn't sound Ferdinand like.
Oh, you think he would do that?
He did some singing. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? Welcome.
Hello there.
Hey. We're talking
Saw
about
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some bookworm content. Thought I'd join in.
Yes, glad you're here. We're talking about the Harshfield concert. I'm saying that while I love Sho Hayami, I don't think I could stand more than a minute of the singing. So, but what are your thoughts about how they'll execute this?
Didn't they base it off, like, is it one of the songs based off of like an anime or something?
Yeah.
What would be really cool is if they took like the intro to whatever the anime is going to be or whatever they're doing and made that like the theme.
Oh no! So if you remember, they gave us a hint as to what it was. I think it was Param Pandarandan. It was like a really cutesy Japanese children's show. Something about bread, like bread people or something like that. It's like a march situation. I'm like, I don't know how you can make this into something that's worthy of, you know, Ferdinand's Gravita, but okay. Which makes sense because she was laughing up her sleeve as Ferdinand, you know, sang about the gods using like a little song. That would be lovely. I think that in the past, in some animes, when they do the openings and the closings, they like to give nods to music that's been referred to or like previous openings. So it makes sense.
That would work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and I saw that the music's being done by Michiru, So we're getting the same artist as season 1 and season 2 and season 3. So that they definitely could do that because the challenge with doing any anime opening is copyright issues. So with that, they wouldn't have an issue because I'm pretty sure the intros are typically done by Michiru too.
I don't know. I feel like the intros and outros, they're like artists, different singers, and because I know when they did the outro, Maya Sakamoto did the composing, and she sang it too, or she was part of the composing. That's the ending song for season 3, which is one of my favorite outros, I think.
The way anime's opening and endings work is that they usually take like actual proper bands and just like take their songs and just license it as their outro or intro.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I've seen people like in other animes, they're like, I think they did a band version of, I think it was Bluebird from Naruto, and people were flipping out. They were like, oh, that's Bluebird! And they did that. So maybe they can do something like that. They'll say like, okay, we'll license this kitty show's song, and then I don't see why not.
That would be funny.
Red Tempest said Ferdinand rapping would be funny.
It will not be funny. I know. Don't give him ideas. He's gonna make another meme. I just know it. I feel it in my bones. Fergie says, "I need to head out." Fergie, you're heading out? Oh no. But I had a lot of fun reading your comments, and thank you for sharing. So hang out as much as you want here. Okay, so there's conversation about Jenny as well. Yeah, that's a tough situation. Again, not everything that happens we approve, or it's a tough situation. I think we've talked about it in length, so kind of don't want to, because we have mixed company, I guess, kind of don't want to go too much into what happened to her. But yeah, it was a terrible situation. And yeah.
Yeah, well, also they only have so much screen time, and there's a lot to cover. So I feel like Jenny's situation
it's
at most will be mentioned in passing or just really quickly, because they just won't have enough screen time for everything else. It's just so much to cover and so little time.
Yeah, and in any case, they did veer off quite a bit from the book, because in the anime season 3 at the end, Jenny and the others walked out of that temple after the fight. They were arrested and taken away. We know for sure that she was not arrested and taken away. She was vaporized. So, dude, did you guys see the manga adaptation of that? When, like, it just left like these traces on the ground, like these burnt shadows on the ground. I was like, yo, that's really eerie.
That is nuclear bomb type of damage.
Yeah. It was,
when the nuclear bombs happen, it's like it literally turned people into shadows.
Yeah, it was really eerie. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we could say Ferdinand is as powerful as a nuclear bomb. Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, yeah, it does. I mean, I don't think at this point there's anybody in Jürgen Schmidt who really matches him. Well, we'll talk about the whole mana situation later, because I don't want to delve into that. So yeah, we're just contemplating for the most part that we are going to be having 2 core. That's what we here have widely agreed, a 2 core 3 season episode. 2 core season coming up. So we're kind of hoping that that's what happens.
I hope.
Is there anything you really, really want to see in this? We already kind of talked about it here, but Jonathan, what are your top things that you want to see in this adaptation?
Well, I'm already pretty excited with it, just seeing the art quality. I guess there are like some of the gathering scenes. I hope that they can keep the same feeling that happens. I remember and also like at that final fight in Volume 5. I'm not gonna go into detail for spoiler reasons, but that there were some funny aspects of that I with a certain knight that I found pretty entertaining. I hope they keep that.
Feel free to name the knights. You mean Brigitte? You mean Brigitte?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Not gonna name the scene, but if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh my goodness, we have all forgotten about poor Daniel. Oh my gosh, thank you, Alvaro Valdebenito, for bringing it up.
Oh,
that's
well,
correct.
nothing new. Nothing new is happening then.
We keep forgetting about it.
Kazuki, he's the most unfortunate person ever. Literally, if you're supposed to be called Samuel, and Kazuki just screwed up and called him Daniel.
But he's still a hero to us all. And oh my goodness, if they do winter, okay, so if they go as far as to do winter classroom or whatever, we'll get to see all the chibi, all the baby versions of all the retainers, you guys. We'll see, of course, Hartmut, we'll see Feline.
All the the chibi's just gonna be full of like everybody arguing with each other, and I love it.
Oh yeah, they'll be like trying to line up and to greet her. We'll get baby Lizalita.
I hope they keep that banter too. The banter at the end of every episode with Ferdinand and Rosemine Chibi.
Mm-hmm.
Hope they keep that.
Yeah, I like that too. I think there's a good chance that they will. Again, I said it on the video that I premiered before this, that they're keeping the same story... What is it? Story editor or something like that. It's a person who oversees how things are and how they develop the story and
just
character.
Keeping the style and everything, maybe just with with more polish to it.
Yeah. So narrative-wise, I think it might still look the same, which kind of gives me pause because this was, after all, the same person who cut the dream sequence, the dream world sequence. If you think about it, they were responsible for having done that too. So there's gonna be some cuts. You guys, as excited as we are, we do have to realize that there will be some cuts that they will do. I hope that we can just accept it and it's not so bad, but I
cannot stress how much content there is in part 3 of the series. It would be impossible for them not to cut everything.
Yeah.
It just so much. Even if they do 2 cores would give it more justice. If they do 1 core, it's gonna be you're gonna have to cut a lot.
Well, if they do
if
one
they do
core,
2 core, they have to cut some.
If they do 1 core, then we won't even get halfway through part 3. That's way too much. So
we have 5 volumes, and typically you get 2 to 4 episodes usually will cover a volume.
Well,
so if they do 2 cores, that's 6 that's I guess that's 6, so a little less than 6.
Yeah, it's going to be
24 divided by 5.
It's going to be really rough, you guys, because as the story goes on, the books get thicker.
That's the problem with that's the problem with translating novels into apps.
Yeah,
So much gets cut out.
Yeah, so and it's always, let's say, the anime is not going to be concerned about like all of the details because they know, like, well, if they want more about this, well, they can always go and buy the books. So they're not going to be like, oh, we have to keep everything, because they know that they'll just kind of whetting people's appetites so that they will go and seek the original content, which is actually what this is for. It's to drive sales of merch and books and whatnot. So my heart is prepared as long as they do a good job with the Ferdinand concert, the Leslie creation. Those are like the things that I want to see the best. Ferdinand content,
Yeah, that'll be good.
Non-negotiable Ferdinand content. Whoa, you okay there?
Yes, I coughed.
Lessie creation and a proper Elvira. I don't know. I just want to see like Elvira, and I don't know. I have very small wishes, and I just want to see more beautiful things that I can screenshot, and of course all of the all of the hunting scenes when they go and collect the ingredients. Where it comes to developing technology like the wax stencils and all that stuff, I'm like, I could take it or leave it. I'm not going to be too upset if they kind of skim over the technology of that. I don't know. You guys might have a totally different view. I don't know.
Not that much technology though. In part 3 though. There are some, but it's
magic.
Do they do the water pump in part 3?
No.
Yeah, but it was kind of a small thing. Whereas in like part 1, technology creation was very that was a front and center, and that's kind of what pulled me to the series in the first place, was that. But yeah, I think that this one, I think if they go and they don't they do mimeograph in part 3?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that too.
I feel like as long as they give that's the one that they need to give any amount of thing, but I would say nothing more than what they did for like paper making and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
What small scene would upset you the most if it is removed? For me, it is like the scene with Wolfried, like dragging Rosamine.
I doubt it would be cut though. It looked like it was because it looked like it was in the trailer.
Oh, that was Cornelius though. That was Cornelius dragging her. The first one of her many collapses. Oh, and also the number 3 request is seeing Ferdinand be absolutely terrifying when it comes to the Wilfried trading places situation. Okay, those are
that
my
would
3
be
wishes.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing I want to see is Rosamine getting introduced to like Cornelius' households, and it's like I forgot who, but it picked her up, and they just picked up Rosamine like a doll, and Rosamine just looked so scared.
Oh, poor thing. I see Patrick says he wants to see our favorite Airhead Guard Knight. Yes, indeed. We're so looking forward to seeing.
Yes.
Her. I think they kept her and Hartmut out for this trailer just to whet our appetites, just to be like, but we wanted to see her because she's so beloved.
It would just overshadow mine. It would just overshadow mine if we did that, because everyone would be drooling over Angelica.
Yeah. So, like we said earlier, I think this promo was kind of to get people adjusted to the idea of the new look, and then the next one they'll show us more about what it's gonna cover. Oh yes, Patrick also says in the chat, Grandpa Bonnie. Yes. I don't think we'll get a lot of him though, because Rosamine didn't meet him until very like midway-ish. She didn't really meet him a lot until, I feel like I didn't get a lot of Grandpa until the
like
very end.
Part 5, Volume 5, or Part 3, Volume 5.
Yeah, that was when he went crazy, but we won't go into that detail because apparently there are some people that haven't read the light novels, so kind of.
Yeah, I assumed like she met Boniface like when she moved over to the castle. I thought that was when she met him.
I don't recall her meeting him, or if she did, it was.
I don't remember. I don't recall her not being like. If it did happen, then it wasn't explicitly mentioned in the light novel.
Mm-hmm.
She does meet somewhere in the middle. I think in the middle of Part 3, they actually have a proper like meeting.
I think,
and then it's kind of like behind the scenes until Part 3, Volume 5.
And I think it also has to do with the fact that they know that Grandpa Bonnie will crush her to death, so they're actively keeping them separated. So as Tessia Cooper says, she met him, she just didn't talk to him. They didn't actually interact. We know that Grandpa Bonnie was dying to hold his beloved granddaughter, but it was not happening. Not in. He had to contain himself. Let's see. All right.
Oh wait, I think we forgot to talk about Charlotte, or does she not appear yet?
I think.
And I think she's mentioned. Well, she's not old enough to be seen in society or even seen that much. So that doesn't happen, and she doesn't really get introduced until seriously until Part 3, Volume 5.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get introduced until the end of Part 3. At any time before that, it was typical interaction you see between children and underage children and their parents, which is like showing up at dinner and saying hi to their parents and then leaving, basically.
Yeah. So we might see glimpses of them, like little cameos or little Easter eggs for those of us who know, and we'll be like, oh, I see it. We'll be like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme pointing at the screen. But we won't actually get, I think, this is my thought, we'll see these as a nod to light novel readers, but we won't actually see the interactions. So I think that'll be fun too.
Well, if they're gonna do that, I hope that they do that with I can't believe I'm forgetting his. Why am I forgetting his name? I should know it because he's important in the story. Hartmut, yeah.
Yes.
Like, because he's kind of like skeptical of Rosemine until like he sees her power. It would be cool that whenever that happens, there's like a little cameo of him being like, "What?" type thing.
Uh-huh.
Like,
He deserves to get zoomed in on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or because they're gonna probably show everyone being all surprised and stuff when she does whatever ceremony she does. So it'd be cool if they at least pan past Hartmut and just him looking beyond stunned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I hope that they will include as part of the narrative, not like an afterthought or an OVA, just kind of like Cornelius is like, what's going on, Mom? And she's like, well, we're going to adopt somebody. And then they're like, what? And then he'll express his discontent to his friend Hartmut. And then Hartmut will be like, whatever. And then that'll be it, I guess. And it's not until like she does the blessing that we'll see a reaction shot. And that's probably as much as we'll get regarding like direct Hartmut. But then I think that we'll see maybe in the background as, her devotee, but from a distance, her shadow devotee. I hope that's what happens because I wanna like see them. Like I'm desperate to see them. Let's see. Anything else? Remember to like and subscribe. Oh yes, thank you, Patrick. Yes, and another reminder to like, subscribe, and support me by hitting that join button. Join us here, happy, peppy people who are into a sensible bookworm. All right. So, anything else that you guys want to talk about? I think we're ready to wrap up. Anything you want to say about the trailer or the season? Your hopes? Any one of you guys? I think I've talked a lot.
I have said my piece.
Okay, good. If there's anything else, Kadir?
No.
Okay. So you guys, I try to go as much as possible. I am ignoring the meme situation, by the way, because I know Red Tempest likes to be a troublemaker, and when it comes to Red Tempest and Patrick, I have hesitations about doing what they tell me to do. So
I'm surprised I haven't gotten to that state yet with you.
You are a good mischief maker. You have not
That's
soiled.
an oxymoron.
You have not soiled the Ferdinand Shrine.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking for it. Where did you put the meme? I am looking for it, Red Tempest. Where did you put the meme? Oh, look, Patrick is with us. Pat!
Yes,
Patrick.
we need to close out the stream, right?
Yes, we are. I'm just looking for the meme.
Yeah.
If you want...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's like one more thing I want to say before we close off the meme. I mean, the video, but
Oh, it's a video.
the stream. Ah, God.
What?
Yeah, depending on the next trailer, it'll give me like a much better idea of the budget, and that alone will reveal a bunch of other stuff. Like, for example, the Ferdinand Harpspiel moment. Will it actually be an original song and not just the opening or ending? Because it's like high budget animes usually always do that. Like they make a whole dedicated song just for one episode.
Well, so the song that she's probably going to make is, as was described in the books, she's composing music from what she remembers in real life. So it's probably going to be an anime song from something that already existed.
Yeah, I was just used to other Wood Studio animes doing what I just described.
Yeah, what I was getting at was if they do an anime, if they reference an anime, it's probably going to be something that a theoretical anime that exists in Mind's original world, in Urano's world, not necessarily one that we as people in this world actually know of. It would be entertaining if they did that, but I don't think they'd be able to.
So in the slime isekai, they used a lot of classical songs and some anime songs.
Well, classical is because it's in the public domain, right? But I don't think that I'm pretty sure that anime isn't old enough for any of them to be in the public domain.
Oh, there's animes that are decades old.
Yeah, but usually in most public domains, are usually in the century.
I think the Anam Param, whatever, the one about the bread, the anime that she meant, it was from like 80s, 90s maybe. I feel like it's around that era. So I don't think we'll get it. They could choose to license it, and if it's within the same family of company, it could be easier. So sometimes if it's within the same broadcast network, they can do that. They'll be like, oh, it's just one of ours, so we can just like put it in there. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Wood Studio is a pretty large animation studio, so they might have something that they're like, you know what, this will be a free advertising for another series that we're putting out.
Or even YTV, which is the Japanese broadcast network. I think they might be able to. I think they might have it within their own archives, and they can finagle something easier, so it could be licensed easier. I don't know. I'm just hoping.
I mean, if they want to shortcut it, they could just make up their own song and say, "Well, this is from Mind's world, and Mind world isn't exactly
what I'm thinking.
World.
That's what I'm thinking. They're probably going to end up doing. Just come up with their own. Because not only do they have to come up with they have to come up with a song for it, a melody. They have to also make sure it works with a prayer to the gods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the studio does have a very good track record with doing that, so that's why I'm like constantly thinking about that.
Yeah, so I just think that they'll probably make up their own song and say that it was from an anime and it was from some theoretical anime that existed in Urano's world, and because then they have more control over making sure that the melody and lyrics make sense.
You know what? That actually does kind of strike true, because if anybody remembers Zenshu, they did something similar with that.
Zenshu.
The one where the protagonist is like a animator, and she gets isekai'd basically into a world she created.
I'm trying to. Which song? Oh yes, they got like a lot of random animes, and they reference to those like I get it. Yeah, so they could do a lot. That was Mappa, which is a pretty big studio. Wit has done a lot of good work.
Yes,
so...
Mappa is huge.
Yeah. So yeah, there's hopes. We can hope. Okay, you guys, I think we should probably get this done, kind of wrap up things. I think we kind of covered a lot of stuff. I'm excited. By the way, thank you, Red Tempest, for the meme. I actually did think about that when you guys were saying rapping. I immediately thought about Kaguya-sama. I love that. So thank you for that. So yeah, you guys, I'm excited for what's coming up. If I hear anything, I will post it on X and maybe Discord, but probably the Redditors and Discord moderators, they're so good at putting up the news. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, oh look, we have some great news. I'm like, oh, I have to share it with people. So if you
can thank Tube and Tube and them.
Yeah, they're so good at keeping track of stuff. So join the Discord server. I have linked the stuff on. Oh man, I didn't link it in this one. I will put the links in here in the description of this
we
one.
must always thank Quaff for his undying translation efforts.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, hopefully they can finally switch things from head priest to high priest or whatever.
Gave us head cleric.
Yeah, I was confused with that. I'm like, come on, guys.
I'm really
I know it's
hoping
not. Yeah, I know it's ambiguous, but Quoth literally gave you a guidebook saying, hey, here's some things some pitfalls you're gonna fall into. Here's an idea of all of this, and here you go. He like gave them the playbook, and they ignored it.
Yes, they look as long as they call Rosemine High Bishop, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's it's because the issue is that it doesn't exactly so you have Shinkan show and Shinden show are the two words and they don't quite. I guess they do technically translate the high priest and head priest. The problem is that that doesn't, for an English-speaking audience, it doesn't tell us which one ranks which. By switching it to from head priest to or actually from high priest to high bishop.
Yeah.
It becomes a bit more clear as to, okay, the high bishop outranks the high priest.
Yes, and that's why I want that to be the official translation, because, as you said, it doesn't quite do that in the original Japanese. So yeah, I think Shimpu-sama would have worked for like priest, but that's more Christian.
The problem, though, is if you do that, you're going to create a bit of a discontinuity between season 3 and season 4.
Yeah, and also
so they might just try to.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're probably going to just stick with head priest and high priest.
Yeah, the people that are going to be in charge of that is going to be either Crunchyroll. I'm pretty sure Crunchyroll will pick it up again. It's their translators, and from what I hear, they're doing a lot of AI lately, and then just having somebody kinda clean it up. That's rumors. That's what people are saying. But
I get into the drama of that because I know exactly what's going on there. But
we'll talk about that.
That's
some
a
other
long
place.
conversation.
Yeah. So it all depends on the subbers. I think it was really nice of YTV though, you guys. Like, we didn't have to wait for somebody to translate it. They released a Japanese version and an English version. Just, I don't know if they knew that we were expecting it too. I think it also has to do because it was shown at LA Expo. Sorry, Anime Expo. That's when they first unveiled the trailer. So that's a nice little bit. So they had Japanese people it was translated from Japan's side. So I don't think they know exactly about our light novels. So I'm not really worried about that because they're not going to be the people that are going to be translating. It'll be from our end, like from this side of the pond, I guess you could say. So yeah, Archbishop. Oh, and one more thing before we end. Please don't forget, I posted on my X on Twitter, as we are excited, just also remember to be thankful to the old staff that brought us Bookworm for the first 3 seasons. I know we're excited. I also try not to bash the old style or anything like that. I know a lot, for the most part, we don't tend to be like kind of comments that are like that. Just kind of like a general thing, like if you're able to and you see stuff.
I know a lot of people's complaints with the old style, but I never really had a problem with it. it looked fine.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, which studio's style is going to be a
Matter of
it's gonna be
budget
an
too.
upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too.
I'm like
But-
Ajia Do. I'm guessing. I'm not too familiar completely with all the studios, but I'm guessing Ajia Do has a lower budget for this. So the fact that they came up with something with that, I don't know what the budget was, but I'm guessing that it wasn't that high.
Mm-hmm.
They did a phenomenal job with the money and resources that they had. Which studio is a definitely a higher end studio, so I'm guessing also they got a bigger budget. So you're definitely going to see an increase in quality with that. And I like the fact that they didn't completely change the quality. They didn't do a complete overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's still recognizable.
like sometimes they'll change the style completely.
Mhm.
And I was pretty happy that what they did is they kept the style, but made it more refined. You could see like there was more blushing, more color change. Like you could see blushing on the cheeks.
Mhm.
The eyes were the pupils and all the designs are, instead of it just being a simple oval, it's actually got some more depth to it.
Yeah, for real. I like that. Like there were like eyelashes in this scenario.
This was
Yeah,
the
and-
perfect season to raise the budget for because it went from a low fantasy setting to a high fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm. And also, I don't think that Ajay Do is a bad studio at all. It's just like you guys said, it's a budget issue because Ajay Do did an adaptation of what's the name of that one? It's a shoujo that just came out last year and it was beautiful. I was like, why didn't we get something like that? And I was like, yeah, it's the A Sign of Affection. If you watch it, it was from Ajay Do. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Again, it's just TO Books, the production team or whatever, they allocated this much to Ajay Do, and Ajay Do had to do what they could with that money. So we're thankful for that. And I was kind of like, I kind of felt a little bad, honestly. It just kind of comes from guilt.
They've done some pretty good stuff. They did the one where the dad's been reincarnated.
Oh yes, that one. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
the country
that one.
bumpkin to Swordmaster. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
I think I watched the one about the OG Sun. That's the one. I haven't finished watching it.
yeah.
but
I'm not seeing.
last
I'm looking
season.
at their I'm looking on my anime list, and I'm not seeing the country bumpkin one listed
Oh,
under
really?
them.
Oh, it is amazing.
I've watched it, but it's not being listed under Ajia Do.
So Red Tempest says, I need to watch A Sign of Affection, Skip and Loafer. Yes, you have to watch it. Well, Skip and Loafer is closer to my heart, I guess. So
Yeah.
we have to watch it. Anyway, you guys, we're getting
Yes,
a
you
little
have a
bit off
certain
track.
kind of love for that.
We're getting a little off track, so we'll just end it here, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, gang.
Yeah.
We know we had a revolving cast coming in and out. So to all of you who joined us earlier for the chat, and for those of you who joined us while you were at work in the live and just listened to us, thank you so much for coming in and saying what you thought. And I will be sure to go through the live. I wasn't able to read all of the comments, but I will go through them. And thank you again for showing up also for the premiere before this. Let me know.
I think this was one of your more popular streams.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had a stream too, so like just a chit chat about Bookworm. So that's I had fun. I hope to do it again as soon as we get more stuff. We'll do it, and I hope that you guys join me. Thank you to Patrick who supported this stream earlier. Really appreciate your monetary support, and to all of the top fans who were chatting. Oh, I lost my top fan. I lost my little window with that displays who are the top fans. But let me see, top fans. Oh, here we go. Here we
me.
go. Oh, look, Patrick, you were also number one. Also, shout out to Red Tempest and Stone Titan, Wisteria Petals, and all the other fine folks, and Turish Max also. G La Framboise, I think that's Ghislaine La Framboise, I think so, yeah. Love to see all of these beautiful people joining us, all of these familiar faces and new faces as well. If you want more Bookworm content, I have a whole bunch of stuff in my playlist, so do check them out. and I'll be.
And definitely join us later on the other channel.
Oh yes, we are going to. I have to stop because I have to have a break, and then we're going to be reading Count of Monte Cristo with like a cast read, so people take roles. So like before when we used to do Bookworm, but we're doing with something that's not violating copyright laws. So join us there. The Chattering Magpie reads at 1:00 Pacific. So in about an hour and 45 minutes, join us. We'll be happy to say hello to you. All right, gang. Thank you for joining me. We will see you then soon, hopefully. Until the next time, everybody, do take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, gang.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
No.